Hello and welcome to our final round coverage from the 2018 Ed Headrick Disc Golf Hall of Fame Classic presented by RecTech Grills. We are at the International Disc Golf Center in Appling, Georgia, and we've got a great card for you. Big Sexy commentary, Nate Sexton and Jeremy Koling.
We got Paul McBeth leading the way off, and Gregg Barsby right on his coattails, Johne McCray and Chris Dickerson. All four players obviously playing extremely well here. We are at the National Tour finale. National Tour comes to an end today. We got one more big event next weekend in Jacksonville, but this is it for the National Tour 2018. Your National Tour champion will be crowned at the end of this round. But first, we got some exciting disc golf.
Yeah, hole one, par 4, 660 feet. You've seen it before. It's got the split fairways. You need a big drive to get yourself in any kind of position. Also, Germ, this is it. This is the last Big Sexy production.
2018.
Of 2018, folks.
If you guys like what you hear, you're going to have to wait till Vegas next year at the earliest.
T-Bird 3 with the metal flakes.
And that is looking pretty tasty. Skipping off to the left side, which is going to open up the straight forehand.
California, Gregg Barsby.
But I think Paul will probably find a backhand approach, but we'll see.
Newly minted world champion, Gregg Barsby.
Going with the polo tucked into the stretchy pants look, as Gregg Barsby is, I'd say Gregg Barsby and Nico are the only two that can pull that off.
And this is big.
Yeah, that's ideal. Wide the whole way, skipping into the fat of the fairway up there. That is a big shot.
Chris Dickerson.
Chris Dickerson got his spot on the lead card here by shooting a 9 down with 2 bogeys in the second round. 11 birdies on this course is getting it done.
Wow, and Chris and his wife just purchased our truck and trailer, so look to see Chris a little more on the tour. I think that's going to be a good thing for disc golf because he's a fantastic player.
And Robot Chicken up the fairway, off to the left side.
Jomez, Florida, Johne McCray.
Has to be one of the most exciting players to watch in disc golf. I love watching Johne McCray throw.
Look at this aggressive play. Turnover through the skinny gap.
Oh, and that's bigger than Barsby's.
Crushing past the young bucks.
That's incredible. Okay, so Paul does not have that forehand line, and he is going to go for the backhand line, which also opens up quite a bit from that left side. And that is a fantastic approach to about 20 feet. Chris, however, will be going with that flex side and will not have the arm swing for the backhand. But fortunately, Chris is incredibly well-rounded, versatile disc golfer. Thank you.
He is, and he just parked that.
We work with each other enough. You know where I'm heading.
Oh, yeah. We finish each other's sentences.
I was going to say sandwiches, but
that too. Gregg a little early inside with the forehand. Disappointing from a great spot. And look how short the approach is for Johne.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Loving that.
I gave Will a little bit of love earlier in the week, talking about his eagle on the par 5. Well, let's hold on for a second. We got Barsby here from 108 feet. This is looking really good. Are you serious? Are you serious?
He's the best in the world at that shot. Like he's purposeful about it. He throws that AVR and he's like thinking this is going to be a make. I think most players are content to lay up in that situation. But he throws those in.
It's so much fun to watch. Oh, wow, what a card do we have today. I was going to give Will Schuster some credit for that 2011 PDGA Championship Final 9 where his drive went across the road, which is another 60 feet past where Johnny's drive
Unreal.
was. And he just didn't even know how to throw his approach short enough. It was just so far.
He should have pulled a Barsby.
I mean, he was about where Barsby was there, which is just crazy to think. So we're going to have a star frame here on hole 1, a little bit unconventional in the way it was done.
Oh, now it's really getting unconventional for the fans. Hole 2, par 3, 390 feet, sweeping hyzer. You just kind of want to, you really can throw the disc pretty flat if it's overstable, but you just want that gentle turn throughout the flight. Take 1 or 2 skips over to the green. This left side fairway you don't see used very often. It would take a forehand flex or a lefty backhand maybe, but I think the majority of players are definitely going to be going down that right side.
Have you ever seen someone go for the flex shot?
Not that I can remember.
Yeah, I didn't even really think of it as being a real thing. Oh, super wide. This is going to have to get lucky. A forward kick is going to put him in long range, probably 60 feet. Opens the door here for Gregg a little bit. He matches Paul's line, very wide.
But it sneaks through. Little inside, and wow.
Oh, my God. Almost throws it in from 390 feet.
That's even better than 108. Chris with a perfect looking shot there, right through the middle of the gap.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing going to happen on that shot except just right in the circle.
And Johne also pulls this one wide, going through the woods.
Well, it sneaks back to the fairway, and that's going to be a workable distance, I think.
Paul just off to the
Wow.
left from about 60.
Just high from about 40 to 45 feet. And Paul in for par. Great birdie by Chris.
We're going to have a tie here at the top with Barsby now at 19 under with Mr. McBeth.
Not the first time these two have locked horns. I think we're in for a good one.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Paul had that great run from this chase card at Worlds this year. Last year at the European Open, Barsby and McBeth show all the way through. Looking forward to a really exciting battle here.
Hole 3, par 4, 726 feet. Goes right initially and then kind of sweeps back to the left. You can throw a huge turnover, or you can kind of throw a cutoff shot where you're going to kind of try to sneak through the woods and take the straight line to the pin. We'll see what these guys go with. You really just want to stay clean off the tee. Not easy to do at all, though.
Gregg's lining up that super high anhyzer, and that's really wide. That needs to get stable and really push super far right. There's a great looking line from the tee, but it's just too wide. It just has to keep turning the whole way to really put yourself into the fairway. Chris,
This is turned.
yeah, Chris goes with a D6 here, overturns it, but that's a better miss.
Yeah, he should have some fairway to work with from there.
I got to give a shout out to Paul's outfit today. I like what he's rocking here.
He's going T-Bird 3, so a little slower than I think most players. And it's kind of showing that slowness right there.
And the helicopter down early. Yeah, I mean, you have to get creative and lucky from there to get anywhere near putting range. Johnny, one of my favorites in the game at this style of shot. Seems to hit the angle so well so many times and really gets that disc to just drift off super far right. This one, again, fades a little bit too much to the left.
Ball super high with the hyzer.
That's a good shot from there.
Yeah.
This is just one of those holes where it doesn't really matter where you land. Good shot. Not that great of a shot off the tee. You're kind of just in a safari the whole way through it.
Yeah, you're in scramble mode no matter where you put the disc.
And Chris scrambles his way up inside the circle. That was a great shot.
This backdoor fairway works out for Johnny. A little long, but putting for birdie. Great shot there.
Wow.
There is a fairway back there. Have you walked back there taking a look at that?
No.
It's very narrow, but there's like a fairway that they cut out, back there for that shot. Gregg hits a tree and redirects to the right. He's still got a lot of distance left. No way.
Oh, my gosh. All right.
How?
Because he's dialed in, man.
That was like 150 feet. Incredible.
The world champion gets that title because things are just clicking, man.
That was cool.
You don't luck your way into that stuff. And that right side is protected with a lot of shrubbery, and Johnny unable to get past it cleanly, happens to settle for par as Chris makes his birdie putt.
And he's 3 down through 3.
Chris is like that quiet basketball player that scores 40 points.
Yeah.
And you're just like, you finish the game, you're like, yeah, he had a good game. I guess he had he had 18 points and like
He's
5 or
kind of
6
like
rebounds. No, he had
a Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, he just does it all, just simple, nothing flashy about his game, but it's just effective, great putter, great forehand and backhand, incredibly accurate.
Yeah, big distance too.
Yeah, so wouldn't be surprised if he finishes this game with a triple-double.
For sure. Hole 4, par 3, 327. This one is a low ceiling shot with a righty backhand. You need to get around this corner and take a skip to the green. Really just about getting that perfect weight on the disc to avoid some of these late trees, because once you do make the gap and get around the corner, as you can see now, there's 5 or 6 trees that are sort of right in the way. So you just have to find that perfect weight so you can sneak through those. It's a little short of the corner, but better to kick there than to go into the woods. And that skips up to edge of circle putt, maybe a little outside. Again, just a little short of where you'd like to land.
Yeah, I just didn't get that big skip.
I think that must also be short. And there it is.
Wow. Yep.
Perfect shot. One more look at Johnny here. Sweeping hyzer.
And he is going with a mid-range here, which is
Yeah, it's interesting.
very interesting.
Flying it farther than most players. Less skip action. But can't question it. I mean, that's the best shot I've seen. Chris lays up close. All a little shy of the chains with that hyzer putt. And Gregg for the lead. 3 pars and a likely birdie for Johnny here. Hole 5, par 3, 432 feet through a very narrow gap. You can see the pin looking at you right there, but getting there is a whole other story. You want to just lace it through here, if you can, with a lot of hyzer on a flippy driver, right hand, backhand, and then you can get a little bit of room here on the right. You can see it does open up on the right side, a little bit of room to turn the disc over and bring it back. Absolutely can be parked, but it just takes a phenomenal shot. Not many people making birdie here.
Johnny with a
Come
nice
on,
turn.
man.
He's just going to go past the basket. He's just going to crush past it by about 30 feet.
And would have been more. What a shot.
He's an animal.
That's like, that disc is pushing 500 through a tunnel if it doesn't hit anything.
He's an animal. He's just...
Oh, that's a good second kick. That was going to Bogey Town for sure. And now he might be able to get back to Parsville.
Barsby going with an eagle here.
Oh, boy.
Early release program. And kicks left.
Did it?
I don't know, actually.
I thought I might have seen a little flash kicking right, which would be good for him, but I'm not sure.
Well,
and McBeth's just going rock here.
I want to see this get through. I want to see how close he gets to the pin. It's going to be early town, too.
Not going to see it today.
If that kicks left, that's Bogeyville. But he kicks right like a true world champion would, and that puts him on the edge of the fairway.
Yeah, you were right. Gregg is in some trouble.
Yeah, that's bogey best case scenario, and he's still got a lot of work to do.
Chris swings his arm through the trunk of a tree, somehow making no contact with it, and parks the basket.
Great approach there.
Didn't it look optically like his arm was hitting that tree?
Mm-hmm.
Looked really uncomfortable, but it must not have been as close as it appeared.
Barsby going for the turnover.
Perfect.
Great bogey save. Numbers can get really large from there, which is why this hole is so tricky. It's just so few players actually hit the fairway, and if you miss the fairway, bogey is almost guaranteed. It was only the second hardest hole of the day, though. It's been pretty securely the hardest so far.
John E.
Yeah.
makes the birdie.
Oh, man.
That has to be the biggest drive this hole's ever seen. And what a comeback putt. He deserves every bit of it. I'm glad to see him make that.
Caddying for Ulibar yesterday, there were two players inside the bullseye off the tee. Austin Hannum and Ulibar was almost touching the pole.
That's crazy.
If you follow me on Instagram at BigGermDG, you'll see in my story, you'll see how this drive is supposed to be thrown. It is beautiful. Or you could just rewatch Johnny's drive, which was equally amazing. And Barsby, I'm sure he's maybe not thrilled with the bogey, but happy to be walking away with nothing worse than just a 4.
It's best case, really, after that drive. Hole 6, par 3, dual fairways, 366 feet. You can take a hyzer or an anhyzer on either fairway here. It's kind of a fun design that way. A lot of creativity available to the players to kind of make this hole whatever they want it to be in terms of for whatever their skill set is. I think we're going to see some backhand turnovers, some backhand hyzers, and maybe even a forehand hyzer from Sir Gregg.
Sir Gregg. I like that name. 3 months ago, I would have never thought to call him Sir Gregg. Now things are starting to change a little bit.
Yeah.
Johnny
This is just sneaking through.
That's a great looking drive. And another incredibly hard hole to drive. And Johnny has almost ripped it past the basket 2 holes in a row.
And Chris with the forehand turnover.
I actually like this line the most in terms of trying to get there going down the middle of the fairway. I think you can avoid the trees and get to the pin with a forehand turnover, whereas the other shots maybe require a little bit more luck.
This is hitting the fairway, but it's likely to be a little short.
Yeah, it sneaks past that last one. He's got himself, 35, 40 feet. Now he's outside circle 2. And like you called, Sir Greg going the forehand hyzer route. I haven't seen one get through cleanly yet, so I'm curious to see how far this gets up the fairway. And a great shot.
It's not bad.
50 feet.
I got it with the forehand hyzer.
I don't believe you. There's no video.
Yeah, that's true. I got it to about 30 feet. Paul, just a little low.
Great line.
Greg from about 40.
Yeah, and to tie it up again.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wow. Greg's putt is so cool. So much height.
No, who else putts like that?
Not many.
That line is such a
Nobody
unique
puts like
flight.
this.
Yeah, no kidding.
Johnny with his signature move here. Wow. Almost drains it with the turbo.
Off the knee turbo.
Yeah. Very rarely seen because you think the turbo is for getting over bushes.
Yeah, that's probably the first one I've ever seen.
But I'm past the point of questioning why or when Johnny's going to turbo because the results speak for themselves.
Yep. And Chris Dickentenders is in for his par. It's a name I lovingly gave him because he likes chicken tenders.
He does really like chicken
It's like
tenders.
the only food he eats. That and cheese pizza.
Hole 7, par 4, 744 feet, going around the corner to the left. You'd like to find that green grass area to set up a second hyzer through this very, very narrow approach window. This one is really technical. You got to just kind of get your drive down there as best you can, and then it's really unlikely that you're going to find that perfect landing zone. You almost always have to get a little creative on the approach.
Barsby's a little... No, that's actually looking pretty good. I thought for a second it might have been a bit wide. It's going to have to keep skipping and moving left if he wants that main fairway approach.
Yeah, solid for sure, but we'll see what he's got.
This is looking like filet mignon. Wow.
Nice shot into the grass. That should set up a hyzer line.
Or that was tofu if you're a vegetarian. I don't want to be foodist.
No, of course not. And this is too straight.
But
Pushing that back edge. He's going to have to sneak through a gap from there most likely, but he'll have a play.
and Paul going with a steep angle fairway driver. I believe that's a Thunderbird.
What kind of skip is that?
Highest bounce, but
That was a terrible skip. I mean, he's playing that angle to maximize his skip, and he ended up just hitting some kind of root or something. So that robbed him of 30 or 40 feet, but still in the middle.
and Chris kicking,
Yikes.
getting a world record for furthest backwards kick.
Well, at least there's some positives he can take away from that.
And it's also opened up the backdoor route. And as you can see, Paul has that straight line right at the pin. All it's got to do is miss that one, and he's going to be up there. Oh, yeah. Past the
A little
pin.
long?
Yeah, it looks like he's about 25 past. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a problem I've not had.
Few people ever do. What was it?
Greg's a little inside, little short.
Only birdied by 15% of the field, which in this case is 10 players. Johnny with that great drive.
Wow.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
textbook.
That is awesome. Chris has got some work here to save his par. And that
He's not afraid to work.
was beautiful.
Not afraid to put in a little work. Fantastic putter shot there. Just lacing it through the gap. See if Gregg can hit from downtown again. The ones he has missed have been high. He's definitely in attack mode.
Paul is in. Yeah, I mean, he's hitting metal on everything. Make or miss, he's ringing it up. He's scaring the basket every chance. You know, like I'll have rounds where I'll say, like, I'm going to try to run this. And I'll just airball it by like 30 feet. And like,
oh, yeah.
Barsby says he's going to run it. He's zeroing in on actually like legitimately running it.
He's like, he's at like 150. He's got a chain link in mind. He's like really guiding that thing home.
I'm like, if the wind from my disc can blow near the flag, I'll consider it a successful run.
Yeah, if I see the shadow of my disc anywhere within the circle,
that was exciting.
Like if the shadow of my disc is in the 10-meter circle, I'm like, dang, nice run. There you go. That had height. That had height, baby. Hole 8, par 4, 645 feet, going down and around to the right. Backhand turnover mid-range or a forehand driver here being the preferred plays. Get as far right as you can. Premium really on finding that fairway, though. Yesterday we saw almost all of our players on that tight early side. This is aggressive.
And looking like it's paying off.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's in a great spot. On the right, he should have just a straight shot from there.
And McBeth is going with the turnover. And this is this a rock 3?
Yes.
Okay. And he's pushed it a bit wider today and with fantastic results. That's just perfect.
The more I watch these guys, the more it's starting to make sense how they shoot so good.
Yeah, I still can't figure it out. And I'm excited to watch this hole, how it's supposed to be thrown with a sidearm, as Barsby, just a technician with the forehand. Not as impressive as I was hoping to see, honestly, but he's actually in the fairway, just on the edge of it. Chris is also has a really great woods forehand, so
he has such a good woods backhand too. Though I would have expected backhand from him. Though that's a fantastic shot. No, I can't knock it at all.
And all you have left from there is about 400 feet up a hill through tight lanes. So,
no problem.
Yeah.
Oh, he almost snuck it through there.
It's going to leave Barsby again about that long throwing range from about 100 feet.
Chris going to go with a hyzer delivery, looking to stand this up into flat. And he does that. It needs to sit. Oh my gosh.
Chris off the back edge of the cage.
And the reaction was good too. It slowed him down a little. I think he's going to be in great spot for birdie, but almost a highlight eagle there. What a throw.
I mean, if he would have just glanced off the cage, that could have gone to 60 feet still. He was like actually inside the cage, and it really slowed the disc down.
That was incredible.
And Johne with a great approach too. He's inside the circle.
That's about as easy as it gets.
When
you're the McBeast, those rock shots through tunnels are just not a problem.
645, that's just 2 turnover rocks or 2 rock shots. And Barsby trying to run some more metal here.
Are you serious?
If Chris is the Kawhi Leonard, that makes Barsby the Dennis Rodman of disc golf.
But even better.
With more rebounds. Oh, Johne, that's insult to injury. Step up and mark that and try again. And that was high too, but in. So Gregg will be falling 2 strokes off the lead here with that par.
Our whole group, though, staying pretty tight. This is some good action to watch.
21, 19, 18, and 18. You could give me 10 rounds to get to these scores, and I might eventually get to 20 under. But to do it in 3 rounds, not 2.5 rounds.
Not easy.
Just shut up.
Yeah, for sure.
Shut up.
Hole 9, par 4, 618 feet. Preferred play here, backhand driver, slight turnover, and then hyzering back late, kind of like the drone did it. It knows what to do. Getting left and then finding one of these alleyways. You've got 3 or 4 different alleyways that are workable to the pin here. You just got to get your position right so that you're not too out of position, forcing you into some kind of overstable flex play.
This hole is scary because not that these guys are going to be that worried about this gap here right off the tee, as Paul just freaking laces it.
It's too easy.
Oh, man.
Every hole just ripping it to the spot. I love it.
But if you do hit one of these 2 guardians right off the tee here, there's a creek right at the bottom of the hill that almost all shots that hit these trees funnel down into. That's out of bounds. You have no stance. Practically a re-tee.
Why is that out of bounds?
I don't make these rules. I just talk about them.
Great shot.
Chris is in a good place there. Might have an awkward stance, but still, you're going to love getting that far off the tee. But this hole, it's got a lot of technicality as Johnny overturns it, gets a fortunate kick back out to the fairway. It's going to be difficult to reach the pin or at least see the pin from there. But this is the 3rd easiest hole in the course.
That's just crazy.
All that to say that this is the 3rd easiest hole in the course, according to just going by scoring average here.
There just aren't any easy holes on this course.
Right. That's basically what we're getting at here, as Barsby just laces
crushed.
it.
No way. Yeah, he is so far. He's thinking about making it from there, as we've seen.
Yeah. And Johnny with a really weird line. You really got to get up to that road if you want to set up a natural flight for your approach.
Chris with the back to the basket, standing still. Perfect. And Paul's got the Color Glow AVR in the bag. Goodbye, Nova.
Yep. Color Glow AVR XL Halloween
Pumpkin face. He's getting seasonal. Getting into the spirit. This is hitting metal.
For sure. Eventually. Maybe not in this shot, but the next one. Johnny from 75.
Good height.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you can control that height and it's just sometimes coming a little bit short, sometimes going a little bit long, you're just going to be making that putt. And that's such a weapon to have that distance.
Yeah. Great birdie from Chris. Paul had just got a turkey on like 3 super tough par 4s.
Wow. Well, hole 9, not that tough.
Well,
according to the way everyone plays disc golf, I guess.
Yeah, not that tough in the bubble of W.R. Jackson.
Oh, but 7 and 8, incredibly tough. And then just the 7, 8, 9 stretches, just 3 really, really great par 4s that are just incredibly tough.
Yeah, 10 as well. The next hole we got coming up in our next video.
4 holes that did not change in this course. Some people loving the changes out here. Some people taking a little bit more time to get used to it. But the 7, 8, 9, 10 stretches, these are 4 holes that you can't lose these 4.
They're great. Mm-hmm. Wow, Paul catching fire there late to come in with a 28, but it's Chris Dickerson with the 27, 5 under. I think that's the hottest front 9 we've seen yet.
Yeah.
And here is our leaderboard, 22, 20, 19, 18. Chase card moving, but not making a huge run at it. It's looking like it's going to be one of these guys on the lead card. It's going to be hoisting the trophy. Make sure you guys get subscribed to JomezPro. We've got the giveaways coming in hot and heavy with the race to 100K subscribers on YouTube. And we've also got our USDGC Patreon winners coming up, being announced on the Back 9 video. We will see you guys there. Hey guys, thank you so much for a fantastic 2018 season. Big Sexy's been happy to bring you the coverage. Jomez behind the cameras and in the editing suite. We got a couple more giveaways, as we always do after the tournaments. We got some Big Sexy destroyers. This greenie's coming on the front 9. Make sure you subscribe and comment there.
This purple one is the back 9. Actually, this is kind of a teal. It's like a Hornets thing right here. Shout out to Charlotte Love. Hey, we appreciate you guys so much for tuning in, watching what we bring out there for the world in disc golf. Without you guys, none of this happens. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave comments. We love them. We read them. We laugh. Sometimes we cry. But without you guys, none of this happens. So thank you.
And we got the race to 100K subscribers on YouTube. Get in there. Be a part of that. Huge giveaways coming up soon. We'll see you in 2019. Kapow!
Sheboygan!